Oh my goodness, guys. You know, this probably is the best car I've ever bought to do videos on this channel. It's just every time I turn around, there's just more stuff that we're going to need to look at and address. And that's great for the channel, but kind of sucks for me. I've got it out in the sun because I really wanted you guys to see it. We did go get it an automatic car wash. And believe me, I know some of you paint people out there are going to be like, oh God, what have you done? You know, that's torture on a paint job. I know. But believe me when I tell you, this thing hasn't been well cared for, at least over the last 2 years, sitting in wherever it's been sitting with squirrels under the hood and stuff. So it's got a couple dings. And the point of this video is basically to go over some of the quirks and some of the issues and to give you a better view of it, a little bit more cleaned up. Believe me, it could definitely stand a good detail, a really good detail. So for starters, we've got the Amg Rims, and we've got some pretty decent Michelins. These are Michelin Sport AS, so you know, all season. We've got the drilled and slotted rotors back there, or maybe they're just drilled. Yeah, those aren't slotted, they're drilled rotors. Got some pretty massive brakes up front here. Got that beautiful chrome V12. We have, as far as body, I've already got people trying to buy this from me, like already. We've got a ding right here, a very small one. We've got one that's definitely more noticeable right here in this area. I believe that could be pulled out. For the most part, I think that's it on this side. We've got a couple blemishes. It looks like somebody covered it up with some black paint. Got another one right here. It's probably hard to see. Looks like somebody scraped it right here. Definitely got some paint missing here, a little paint missing there. And then the trunk. I don't know if you can even see any of this, but the trunk's got some scratches up here. They may buff out, they may not, I don't know. See what else we got going on around the body. I mean, it's, you know, it's an old car. It's an 01. We definitely got some scrapes over here, a few little scrapes and scuffs here. You know, the paint's definitely not perfect, not even close. But I think with a really good detail, and I mean a really good detail, yes, the headlights are on my to-do list. We got to get those sanded and cleaned up. That's going to make it look a lot better. I think some good wax and polish, some good cutting compound will make a big difference. We're probably going to do that ourselves, and this is what I plan on using for it. Come over here. I've got Meguiar's mirror glaze, ultra cut compound. Then we've got, let me get some of this out of the way. We got a whole list of Meguiar stuff that I only use on good cars. The professional high-tech yellow wax, the show car glaze. It's probably what we'll use on this with the DA to really try to bring this paint out. Now that we've gone over the body, let's talk about some of the interior things. The quirks on the body are really just paint related. You know, scuff, scratches, a couple minor dings, but nothing serious at all. I'm going to open these doors as it is. God, ow, that just burned me. It is really hot, really hot. I got to stop buying black cars, man. All right, so here's the interior. I wanted to give you guys a better view of it here. You didn't really get a good view of it the other day. It is a little dirty. It's really not too bad. Let me tell you something. This Ancel FX4000, I have a link in the description to Amazon for this. This sucker is amazing. This thing is capable, and I did not know this, but it communicates with every computer on this car. It's able to read things that you would never be able to get from a traditional scanner. It's able to reset the codes. It's able to display graphs. I used this last night to troubleshoot some issues that I'm having, which we'll go over that. Here's the dashboard. Got the center stack here. Armrest. We got your cup holders here. This thing right here is for a phone. Obviously that is outdated. But we've got our glove box here. I've got the sunshades up back here. We've got manual sunshades here that you just kind of pull back. They go up and down like this. Gives you a little bit of privacy. Look how much room there is in the back seat. That's the thing, and this seat is extended, by the way. The back seats do recline. Oh, look at this. I am 5'11", and look how much room I've got here. Like, I could almost stretch my feet out and just sit back. You got a personalized air vent. You got an air vent right here. You got air vents right here. You've got all kinds. You can actually move the front seat up from the back. How about that, right? The person in the front seat, hey, you're in my way. Just scoot them out of your way. You can lower the headrest in the front. Then you can push this switch and you can forward, backward. You've got rear heated seats, rear air conditioned seats, of course, as well as front. Oh, there's just so much room. Oh, and in case you need to check your makeup, there we go. Check your makeup right there. Come on, man. This is ridiculous. And this is 01. I can't imagine what a flagship Benz would have in it today. I mean, I'll admit, I'm very impressed. You got your V12 logo right here on the floor sill. This is an automatic sunshade. You just push a button on the dash and that shade automatically goes up and down to give you a little more privacy. I guess that's what it's for. I'm not sure it really does any good at all, but okay. You got all your memory buttons. You've got your cooled seat, heated seat, all your functions for moving and adjusting the seat, which there's a million. Folding your mirrors in and out, driver's side, passenger side, driver's side, passenger side, adjusting your mirrors. You've got your trunk release, which is not working. I don't know what this switch does. I'm assuming that's like a safety lock for the back doors. I don't know. All the windows do work. Another Mercedes-Benz V12 logo there. You've got automatic headlights. You have your headlight washers. I'll show you, there's doors on the headlights that actually pop out and wash your headlights for you if you need it. You've got your up and down button for your instrument cluster gauges. This changes the menu that you're on. This is for the phone, which doesn't work. It's outdated. This turns the volume up and down. You got your radio right here, which didn't work, and now it does work. I've had to disconnect the battery a couple times because the car's had some quirks that we'll talk about. We've got, hold on, let me show you this again. This little thing right here, I guess, damn radio, is a radar detector. Interesting. And there's a little knob down here. I don't know exactly what all it does, but it affects the radar detector when you change it. And this is a volume control for the beeping sounds, I guess. I don't really know, but this will light up and stuff, and it definitely works. Even though it's probably outdated, it works. It's stealthy because it looks like it belongs in the car. It's also got a thing right here that displays it like a hologram in the windshield. I don't know if that's a factory installed option or not. This is for your dual zone climate control over here. This is all radio and telephone related. I will turn this on. It does work. We'll turn the volume down. You've got a little CD slot here, which is only for the Mercedes navigation. You have a tape deck right here. The radio wasn't working. It worked and then it didn't. Then I disconnected and reconnected the battery and it worked. Then up here you've got your, like, I think this is like a traction control, slip control or whatever. You have your up, down. It's hard to see, but this raises and lowers the vehicle. And it does not appear to be functioning. We keep having, we're coming back to issues with this. Maybe the vehicle's got to be on. We have your ABC, which is automatic body control. This is sport mode. This raises and lowers the headrest. This is your lock and unlock, which doesn't do anything. This is for towing. If you're going to tow it, you need to turn off the automatic leveling system. These are your parking sensors on and off, and this raises and lowers that sunshade back there. Just like that. And then we've got your sunroof stuff up here. You've got winter mode and you've got sport mode. Now we'll go ahead and fire her up. As you can see, 112,000 miles. The air conditioning is finally doing really well. There's that damn ABC. I'm going to turn that off. So we have a check engine light. The check engine light is for the fuel purge solenoid. That's the only code I'm getting from the engine. We have an SRS light, check engine light there. SRS light is up here. That is due to something faulty in a side airbag on the driver's side from the code that I got. I don't know. You've got little menus that you can go through for phone, navigation, service schedules, no malfunction. So the ABS actually just corrected itself, it seems. That literally just happened on video. Engine oil level, not when engine is on. Service B exceeded. Active body control. Okay, so the body control, this is interesting. So you can see it just, hopefully you can see it just came back on. It went off and then it came back, and it seems like maybe it's getting better. But I don't know, man. I don't know. That's another one of the quirks. So now that I've shown you around the interior and I've showed you the quirks that we're having with the electronics, which really isn't much. It's mainly this ABC thing is driving me insane. There's like a learn procedure where I need to make the car go up, all the way up, and leave it for a while, I guess, like 5 minutes, and then lower it. I've been told that I need to turn it all the way this way once. Okay, so that's twice. 3 times. 4 times. 5 times. I was told that doing this will somehow relearn the system. I don't know. I've been trying all sorts of things and I don't feel like I'm really having any luck. I don't think this button for raising and lowering the suspension is doing any good at all. I am sitting here with my foot out the door so I can feel if the car raises or lowers, and it's not doing anything. Pushing this button doesn't seem to do anything at all. So that is my biggest quirk right now. My biggest issue at the moment is this ABC system. Now the hood was stuck. We ended up fixing that, I think. We just sprayed some WD-40 on it. Now I do want to point out that even though the ABC system is faulty or not working properly, we have good gaps. The car drives and rides just fine. I'll also tell you this, the exhaust coming out of this thing smells like rotten gas. Really does, smells rotten. But you can see the ride height is good on all 4 corners. And the hood does open on its own now. Although the hood shocks are bad, so are the trunk shocks. Those are bad too. Here's the ABC fluid. You have one there and one there. One goes for power steering, one goes for the body control. And then you have your tandem pump, which sits down there. The tandem pump seems to be functioning. I mean, the power steering works. The ride height obviously was shot when we got it, and it's better now. So, you know, it's at least somewhat functional. And it drives fine. It's just really annoying with that ABC constantly going off. Now, there is something, you can smell just rotten gas coming out of the exhaust of this thing. The door, we actually have a little rust. And as much as I'd love to tell you guys this car is perfect and has 0 flaws, we do have a rust spot right here and here. You can see a little bit of bubbling. Now that's not through, it's still solid. It's definitely fixable. All the windows work, but like I said, the trunk auto release does not work. The power locks don't work. The car will set the alarm with the key fob, but obviously won't lock the doors. You can come back here and push up on the trunk release, nothing happens. I am feeling like the trunk issue is probably related to the door locks. Maybe it's a blown fuse. Maybe that's something I need to look into. Next, this is broken. I mean, it's just trim. This can be replaced. Oh, another thing, these seats have massagers built into them. How about that? Massagers in your seats. I don't think that's a good idea in the front seat. You put somebody to sleep. This is broken. There used to be a little glove box here, and it's completely shattered and missing. So somebody broke all that. We've got a little bit of tearing here and a little bit here. The seat is in great shape. Here's the thing, guys. This thing has a few quirks. Not many at all. We are missing a trim piece, I think, that goes over here, a wood grain trim piece here. What else we got? We got these numbers over here. I don't know what they do. It doesn't seem to do anything, but we've got numbers and a switch, but I don't know what it does. This tends to blow out hot air. Sometimes it gets cold, but most of the time it's hot. Don't know what's going on with that, so I'm just leaving that alone for now. I think that is about all of the quirks that we have. Here's your massager. I haven't figured out how to use this entirely. I don't know. We got lots of buttons for the massager. Pulse, you see it's lit up. I don't know. We've got the little glove box right here, and that's what's missing on the other side. That's what's broken and gone. So that needs to be replaced. But aside from that, we got a crack here. I'm showing you all of this stuff because I want to be fully transparent with this car on the channel. I don't want anybody to think I got a better deal than I really did. And with all the interest I've got from people that are, you know, actually thinking about possibly wanting to get this car, the last thing I want to do is get you guys all excited about purchasing a car and it being something other than what it actually is. So I'm real big on honesty. We got some little paint cracking here, a couple chips here and there, nothing too bad, probably from Copart, or I'm sorry, IAA. Here's the little, these are little doors that when you push the washer button, these doors flip up and they spray your headlights with high pressure water. I believe these are parking sensors. We got the same ones in the back. And that's pretty much it. That's the car. Now, like I said, the ABS is the most annoying, or not ABS, the ABC. The ABC is the most annoying thing because it just stays on the screen almost all the time. And it's one of those things where sometimes it's functioning and sometimes it's not. That thing comes on and then it'll just go away, and then it'll come on, then it'll go away. It's really frustrating. I would really like for it to work. I really would. But other than that, I think that is probably my top priority, would be getting that sorted out. Now, I will tell you this. I popped the hood and I checked the fluid levels. And here's what I found. I'm not entirely sure which is which on this, so I'll leave that to some of you pros. But you see the tall box right there, this one, that one is very low on fluid. And then we have the short box down there, and that short reservoir is actually full. So the tiny reservoir is full, the big reservoir is actually extremely low. And then in the trunk, now this is going to be difficult because the like I said, the hood shocks are bad. Those are something I'd want to get replaced ASAP as well as fixing the door locks and the trunk release, because it's really a pain. To get into the trunk, you got to take your key out of the fob, come back here, turn it this way, push up, take your key out, because you could easily forget it. And this trunk weighs like 1,000 pounds, I swear, and it's going to want to fall on me. Yeah, it's trying to fall already. This would hurt a lot, so I have a trusty pole here that came with the car, probably for this very purpose. Under here by the battery, there's some kind of a pump or something. If any of you know what this is, tell me. It's not bolted to anything. It's literally, and it goes to the ABC. I can tell that, and it just sits back here, and it's not bolted to anything. It's got a blue hose and a red hose. It looks like some kind of motor or some kind of hydraulic pump, and it's got a container on the bottom that's held on. I can't. Let me see if I can show this to you guys. I really would prefer you to see this. Here you go. This thing right here. It's got hydraulic fluid in the bottom of it. So maybe this needs to be bled or something. I don't know, but I know, okay, I know that it doesn't belong just floating around in the bottom here. And I'm going to put this battery vent tube back on real quick. It's there for a reason. So the majority of the electrical issues that I had with this car were taken care of by disconnecting the battery and leaving it disconnected for about 20 minutes and hooking it back up. Suddenly all kinds of things started working again. That's it, guys. It doesn't leak anything, which I think is amazing. It doesn't have anything dripping or pouring or leaking out of it. It literally drives like a dream. It really does. But that ABC thing is just pissing me off. And a lot of people thought that this had air ride. This does not have the Mercedes Airmatic. This uses hydraulic pressure. So you have like an accumulator over here, then you have another accumulator in the back, and then you've got a tandem pump that runs, it's called tandem because it runs power steering and the ABC, as well as a ton of hoses. Now, it's got hydraulic fluid, but there's nothing leaking out from under it. So, I don't know. Maybe the car being lifted up and lowered and lifted up and lowered and sitting with a dead battery for 2 years, you know, maybe all of these things have totally just thrown the system out of whack. But, and there is a but, when I ran the diagnostic the other day, I got several codes out of that little reader that were saying something about fluid temperature, fluid level, and it all had to do with the ABC, the automatic body control system. I didn't see anything about any faulty sensors, but I saw where it said both rear wheel sensors were, I don't know, out of whack or something. But again, this thing had like 60 or 70 codes in it. All right, that little scanner scanned everything, including the radio, which wasn't working. So I'm hoping that now that we've reset everything, that's gonna be a little bit better. We'll go inside real quick. Let's talk about the Carfax report. Okay, so the Carfax report. We are showing 5.8 V12. I thought it was a 6.0. No accidents, no damage, 6 owners, 43 service history, 111,000 last reported miles, and that was about 2 years ago. So we've got guaranteed no problems. What I want to start with is all of this. Obviously, telephone headset was, well, not obviously, but telephone headset was replaced, title issued, recommended maintenance performed at 13,000 miles, washer nozzles adjusted and replaced, 14,000 miles, alignment checked, 4-wheel alignment performed, 29,000 miles, regular maintenance performed, engine checked, engine powertrain control computer reprogrammed, 31,000 miles, engine checked, drivability and performance checked, engine powertrain computer module checked, spark plugs replaced, ignition coils. This is before they realized it had a bad head gasket, I guess, with an oil leak. Then we've got registration. Then at 42,000 miles, regular maintenance performed, or recommended maintenance performed, tail light assembly replaced, 4 tires balanced, 4 tires mounted, 4-wheel alignment performed, rear brake pads replaced, front brake rotors replaced, front brake pads replaced, engine powertrain computer module checked, 2-wheel alignment performed, parking sensor system checked, 49,000 miles, wipers replaced, ignition coils replaced, spark plugs replaced, 49,739 miles, so just 700 miles later, engine powertrain computer module checked. You can see there was a regular problem with this car. Electrical system checked, ignition lock cylinder replaced, mass airflow sensor replaced, fuel injectors replaced. So 50,000 miles, it had some pretty significant work done. Ignition switch replaced again, computers checked. 54,000 miles, title issued, dealer took possession. 58,000 miles, recommended maintenance performed. 59,009, battery charging system checked and the battery serviced. Then we come down to 61,000 miles, Euro motor cars in Pennsylvania. Washer nozzles replaced, battery replaced, charging system checked, emissions inspection performed, emissions or safety inspection performed, fluids checked. A 62,000 mile vehicle serviced, whatever that means. Oil and filter changed, mirrors replaced, windshield washer checked, emissions inspection performed, emission safety inspection performed. 66,000 miles passed inspection. And battery charging system checked, oil pressure sender switch replaced, recommended maintenance performed, oil and filter change, accelerator pedal replaced. And here we go, we're getting ready to get into some of the good stuff. Exempt from emissions at 66,600 miles, then lower radiator hose replaced, battery charging system checked, battery replaced, water pump replaced, antifreeze coolant checked, emissions inspection performed. Then it was sold by BMW in Ballacsenwood, Pennsylvania. 67,000 miles alignment checked, oil and filter changed, front brake rotors replaced, front brake pads replaced, rear brake pads replaced, vehicle serviced, vehicle serviced. 67,500 miles, March of 07. Vehicle was purchased. Scroll down, title issued, blah, blah, blah. Title updated, title issued, registration. Let's see, blah, 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 recommended maintenance performed. So that's 73,000 miles in 7 of 07. Vehicle serviced, January of 08. Engine, oil, fluid leak checked, cylinder head gaskets replaced. So this is between 75,000 and 76,000 miles. It needed some serious work. So January of 08, cylinder head gaskets got replaced. 76,380 miles. Vehicle service, maintenance inspection completed. 76,700, engine checked. 82,000 miles, which is in 4 of 09, recommended maintenance performed, maintenance inspection completed. And then here we go. 3 of 2010 from Mercedes-Benz of Princeton in Lawrenceville, New Jersey. Pre-delivery inspection. Recommended maintenance performed. 4-wheel alignment. Engine powertrain computer module checked. Electrical system checked. Ignition lock cylinder replaced. Mass airflow sensor replaced. Telephone headset replaced. Engine powertrain computer module reprogrammed. Engine checked, 4 tires balanced, 4 tires mounted, battery charging system checked, battery service, washer nozzles replaced, headlights serviced, ignition coils replaced, spark plugs replaced, computer checked, fuel injection system checked, rear brake pads replaced, front brake rotors replaced, front brake pads replaced, taillight assembly replaced, wipers replaced. March 25th of 2010. Pre-delivery inspection, recommended maintenance performed, engine checked, engine powertrain computer module reprogrammed, taillight assembly replaced, engine powertrain computer module checked, ignition coils replaced, wipers replaced, spark plugs replaced, telephone headset replaced, battery charging system checked, battery serviced, washer nozzles replaced, headlights serviced, 4-wheel alignment performed, computers checked, fuel injection system checked, 4 tires balanced, 4 tires mounted, front brake pads replaced, rear brake pads replaced, front brake rotors replaced, electrical system checked, ignition lock cylinder replaced, mass airflow sensor replaced. 87,000 miles. Recommended maintenance performed, maintenance inspection completed, transmission fluid changed. That was fairly recently. I mean, I know it's from 4 of 2010, but 88,000 miles. Brake fluid flushed and changed. Engine checked, engine powertrain computer module checked. 89,000 miles. Maintenance inspection completed, fuel system checked. Then we've got vehicle serviced at 95,000 miles. Vehicle offer for sale. And what do we got going on here? Vehicle serviced 10 of 2012. 6 of 13, a new owner. Registration. 6 of 15. Here's where it gets interesting. The car only has 112,000 miles. In 7 of 2015, it had 104,000 on it. So it's only had 8,000 miles put on it since 2015. That's 3 years. That's nothing. 111,057, 11 of 16. Valvoline instant oil change, changed the oil. And after that, it went to 7 of 18, which is this month, the same month I bought the vehicle. Dealer took title of the vehicle while it was in inventory. Title issued. And after that, it was donated to charity. So I know that was a lot to go through, but a lot of people were curious about the service history, so I figured I'd throw that out there. I don't really know if I want to sell it right now. You know, obviously I could use the money. I'm fully transparent on this channel. I really pride myself in that because I have nothing to hide. I'm not ashamed of anything that I'm doing. But the fact is, I did not have $2,100 to go drop on this car the other day. And, you know, for me to buy the filters for the ABC system, the fluid is expensive as well. It's like $125 for 2 filters and 5 quarts of the special ABC fluid that this car takes. It's going to need some work, you know, but it started up after a couple years of, for the most part, sitting, and it drove 150 miles. That says a ton. That speaks volumes about this car. But again, the $2,100 hurt. It hurt a lot, and I'm probably going to have to utilize some of my credit cards that I paid off so that I can make up the money that I spent on it. But I did it because I figured this car is great for views. A lot of you seemed interested in this car, and a Honda Civic is boring. The Nissan Quest minivan, boring. Like, there just wasn't anything that was exciting. So, you know, to the guy known as BB that sent me this the link to this car to begin with and dared me to buy it, you know, thank you for that, because it definitely provided some interesting content for the channel. There's plenty of content that'll come out of this car, as well as it's just a unique car to drive. You don't see too many V12 Benzes, at least around my area, driving around, especially looking and running and driving as well as this one does. It gets looks, you know. It's really a fun car to ride. You'd have to drive it to understand. It's a solid vehicle. Transmission shifts smooth, engine runs smooth and solid. So I'm happy with the purchase. I really couldn't afford to do this, and I did. So now, you know, it's time to pay the piper, I guess, as my dad would say. I've got to figure out how to replace this money. I would like to keep the car on the channel because I think we could have a lot of fun with it. If anybody has any ideas about that damn ABC system, maybe we'll do the next video or something. We'll actually run the diagnostic. We'll pull the codes and I'll tell you guys what all is coming from. Maybe that'll help. I know some people are going to be like, you need to take it to Mercedes or somebody with a star tool, and they need to, guys, I don't have the money for that right now. Like some of you have, Sam Crack actually commented on one of my videos a couple days ago. So it's great to see Sam Crack, you know, a huge YouTuber like him taking the time to come out and, you know, leave a comment for a little channel like mine. I appreciate that. I've had some people say you're in Sam Crack territory now. Man, I'm not. Sam Crack's got an RS7 right now. I'm nowhere close to anything like that. But am I, you know, I've had a lot of people ask, are you trying to be like Sam Crack? No, man, not at all. I'm not trying to be like B is for Bill. I'm not trying to be like Sam Crack. Not trying to be like Hoovie's Garage or Travish. I can't remember the name. I'm not trying to be like any of these people. I'm just trying to do my own thing. You know, we're all doing similar things with the content on our channels. We like cars. That's the one thing we can all relate to. We're all passionate about cars. And we all show that passion in different ways. Some of us like to cut up cars and do crazy things with them. Some of us like to take wrecks and put them back together. Some of us, speaking of me, like to just go out and find good deals on cars, take risks, take gambles, and bring home a nice, decent car, clean it up, and, you know, make it ready for a new owner that's going to appreciate it as much as me. So would I like to be as big as Sam Crack someday? Absolutely. Do I intend to get there? I am starving. You want to talk about someone that's thirsty? Right here, man. I'm thirsty. I want that. I want that type of success. I know how much I make from my channel right now, and it's a pretty reasonable income. It really, I can support myself off of YouTube alone right now. So 200, 300,000 subscribers, yeah, I'm definitely hustling to get there. But for those of you that think I'm like reaching Sam Crack level, it's going to be a long time coming. And by the time I get to where Sam Crack is today, he's going to have like 600,000 subscribers. So, you know, much respect to all the other auto builders and auto enthusiasts out there, including the viewers, you viewers as well. Got a lot of respect for you guys, and that's something that I think we all share in common. So regardless of our differences or, you know, what you think of one or the other, let's at least all appreciate and respect the fact that we all have a passion for automobiles. And that's what we're all here for. So sit back, enjoy the ride. I'm going to figure out how to resolve this this debt that I just dug myself into, hopefully without taking out a loan from the bank. I hope you guys enjoy the content, because this one is a whole lot of fun. I really enjoy this one, and if I could afford it, I would like to really keep the cars on this channel unique, you know, interesting. I doubt it's going to happen, at least not until I have more money, but things like this would be a real joy to do, you know, strictly interesting, cool cars on this channel. That's going to be it for the video. Again, if any of you can help me out with any information on this ABC stuff, feel free to comment below, man. If you got a website, hit me up on my email. You know what? I hate using that old email address, but just email me at UbermanYoutube. That's UbermanYoutube, UbermanYoutube at cox.net, cox.net. If any of you are local and you got some equipment for this Benz, and you know you're willing to work with me, maybe I can do some video, promote your shop or whatever you got going on, hit me up, because this is one of those cars that, quite honestly, I don't have the budget to do all the work that probably needs to be done. I'm not asking you to pay for everything, but when it comes to help me with diagnosing and stuff like that, maybe you got a source on some parts, I could use all the help I can get on this build. Again, I don't want to ask for charity. I'm willing to do, you know, whatever I can to help you out in return, you know, call it bartering. But yeah, I know these Mercedes are not cheap, and this is just a point in time right now where, like, for the next month or two, I got to be careful with money, especially now that I jumped into what a lot of people would consider a money pit. So thank you for watching, guys. Give the video bigs. As you can tell, I'm still freaking sick. I can't get over it. I appreciate all you taking the time to watch. Give the video a big thumbs up if you enjoy this content. Stay safe out there, everyone. I'll catch you guys soon in the next one.